The purpose of this video is to show you how to access your authority's procurement report in Paris and enter, modify, or delete information. We'll start here on the authority homepage. Use the menu on the left-hand side of your screen to navigate to the procurement report. Clicking on this will bring you to the Select Fiscal Year page for the procurement report. You will see separate columns on this page that each contain information about the individual procurement reports. The Action column is how we access a report to edit it or generate a PDF report. Please note that there is a separate video that walks users through how to generate a PDF. The Fiscal Year End Date column indicates which fiscal year we will be looking at, and the Status column indicates the status of the report. The status of a report can be unsubmitted, certified, or resubmit. An unsubmitted status means the report has never been submitted. A certified status means that the authority has certified and submitted the report, and a status of resubmit indicates that a report was certified and submitted at some point but has been reopened, usually for edits of some kind. It is important to note that these training videos have been recorded using our Paris Test Authority accounts, so you may see all statuses here. For your authority, reporting is required in chronological order, and you should not skip years of reporting. If you have questions on your reporting status, please reach out to the ABO to discuss. Procurement reports are due within 90 days after the fiscal year ends for all authority types. The procurement report is a report that must be certified before the annual report can be certified in Paris. To open the procurement report for which you would like to enter or modify information, find the correct fiscal year end date and click Select. This will open the procurement report instructions page. Here, users will be reminded that sections 2879 and 2824E of the Public Authorities Law require public authorities to adopt and annually review and approve comprehensive procurement guidelines and reports. You can see on the left-hand side of your screen that the procurement report menu has expanded, and there are now 3 pages below it: Procurement Transactions, Procurement Information, and Procurement Report Submittal. Please note that you will only see the Procurement Report Submittal page if you have the role of certifier. The Procurement Transactions page is the starting point for entering information on new transactions, carrying forward information on existing transactions from previous years, or searching for an existing transaction to review or modify. Authorities are to report on all procurement transactions open during the reporting period that have an actual, estimated, or cumulative value of $5,000 or more. To indicate that the authority has no open procurement transactions for the reporting period, select the No Transactions button. By doing so, the authority is acknowledging that it had no professional services, equipment and supplies, audit, or any other active purchases valued at a cumulative $5,000 or more at any point during the reporting period. I'd like to point out that at the bottom of the page and along the left-hand side of the screen, there are links to our Paris Handbook and the Paris FAQs. These materials have been put together as resources for authorities, answering common questions and providing context as you move through Paris. In order to enter a single procurement transaction, select the New button. Public authorities are required to report on all procurement transactions active during the reporting period that have an actual, estimated, or cumulative value of $5,000 or more annually. As a reminder, all fields in Paris with an asterisk are required fields and must be filled out before the page can be saved. When entering procurement transaction information, the process by which the contract was awarded must be specified. Please note that the fields to be filled in below are based on the award type that is selected here. Authorities may select from 4 options. Please refer to the Definitions button for the definitions of the award types. The first award type is Authority Contract Competitive Bid. The second award type is Authority Contract Non-Competitive Bid. The third award type is Non-Contract Procurement/Purchase Order, and the fourth award type is Purchased Under State Contract. Regarding the Non-Contract Procurement/Purchase Order award type, you would select this if the procurement was a non-contract procurement or purchase order, that results in a cumulative payment of $5,000 or more to the same vendor during the fiscal year. For example, if you have a monthly order for $500 to the same vendor, you wouldn't need to add 12 individual transactions into the procurement report. You would roll all of those purchases into one $6,000 transaction under the same vendor. It is expected that purchases in the amount of $5,000 or more and executed with a purchase order would be either subject to an established contract or referred to the board for prior approval pursuant to the authority's own procurement guidelines. Please fill out the rest of the required fields on the page. Note that based on what you selected for award type, some of these fields will be unavailable. For example, if you were to select the non-contract procurement or purchase order, the fields for dates and fair market value are not required. If there are additional questions regarding this page, including the end date and fair market value fields, please refer to the Paris Handbook for additional information. Once you have completed filling out the rest of the information, be sure to click Save. This will return you to the Search Procurement Transaction screen, and you'll see a message in a green box at the top of the screen confirming that your procurement transaction was created successfully. In addition to adding single procurement transactions at a time, there are a few ways to add multiple procurement transactions at once. The first is called bulk load. This process uses a custom Excel template that can be filled in with many procurement transactions at once and then uploaded to Paris. The ABO recommends using the bulk load if an authority has 20 or more procurement transactions to fill out. There is a separate video regarding the bulk load feature and upload process. The second way to add multiple procurement transactions at once is by using the Copy Forward button. The Copy Forward button is used to copy previously entered data into the current reporting period for editing. If your authority has many of the same procurement transactions from year to year and only needs minor editing, this is an ideal way to add procurement transactions. First, click on the Copy Forward button. Next, you'll select the fiscal year that has the procurement transactions you would like to copy into the current reporting period. You'll be brought to a confirmation page where you can review the fiscal year you are copying and the fiscal year you are copying the information to. If you would like to move forward, click Submit. On the next page, there will be a green box at the top of the screen where you will be informed that the copy forward has been initiated and that you will receive an email once the process has been completed. In order to review the transactions that have been copied forward, you can click the Refresh button. This will bring you back to the Search Procurement Transaction screen where you'll be able to modify the copy forward transactions individually by using the Modify button. To search for a transaction that was previously entered into Paris, you may type in identifying criteria here, such as the full or partial name of the vendor, the amount minimum, the amount maximum, or a range of the award dates. The search results will, by default, be sorted by vendor name in ascending order and limited to 1,000 records. You are able to click on the header of other columns to sort by these categories: amount, amount expended for fiscal year, and award date. The next page of the procurement report is the procurement information page. This screen is where public authorities report on their compliance with statutory reporting requirements, including provisions of the lobbying law that prohibit potential bidders or contractors from having inappropriate contact with an authority during the procurement process. In order to promote transparency, all public authorities are to provide this information. You'll note that all questions do have an asterisk next to them, indicating that they are required. Please focus on answering these questions completely and accurately. Public authorities are required to adopt procurement guidelines that govern the authority's procurement activities. These guidelines must be presented to and approved by the authority's board annually and amended throughout the year as needed. The guidelines should, at a minimum, describe the types of goods and services eligible to be procured and the authority's policies regarding the soliciting of proposals, the selection of contractors, and the use, awarding, monitoring, and reporting of contracts. These guidelines should be posted on the authority's own or shared website at the time the report is submitted. Please provide the most direct URL link to the document. An authority must designate an individual who will act as an authorized contact during each procurement activity. If an impermissible contact occurs, the authority is required to maintain a written record of the contact and to file that written report through Paris. Please see the Paris Handbook for additional information on this, including what an impermissible contact is. In addition to the questions you see here, state authorities also have additional reporting questions regarding the prompt payment policy and prompt payment reports. For additional details, please review the ABO's policy guidance, Public Authority Procurement Guidelines. The link for this guidance will be posted below. State authorities also have additional reporting on MWBE requirements pursuant to Article 15A of Executive Law. Please see the Paris Handbook for additional information. Once all of the questions on this page have been answered, be sure to click the Save button. Our next step will be reviewing the Procurement Report Submittal page. Please note that while a preparer or certifier can enter the report data, only those with the role of certifier will see the Procurement Report Submittal page on the left-hand side of their screen and be able to submit the report. By checking this box, the certifier is verifying that the information being submitted is complete and accurate to the best of their knowledge, and that it has been presented to and accepted by the board. If this is true, they will check the box and click the Submit button.